Hello, it's Susan Duclos. It's October 1st, 2014, and I'm going to start this off by saying they're trying to kill us. It's deliberate. Now, take a look at what I'm going to show you here. You decide for yourself if you agree or not. We're going to start off with the small one here. Mosquito virus that walloped Caribbean spreads in the U.S. It says it's called the chikungunya, and it's an African name meaning to become contorted. Illness was first identified in Tanzania in 1952. It's long bedeviled Africa and Asia. The only recorded cases in the U.S. before July involved patients who contracted the virus abroad. Now, we only have 11 cases here, and they originated in Florida, but it's spurring concerns. This may be the beginning of the type of explosive growth seen elsewhere from a disease that has no vaccine or cure. We also have other things going on that have no vaccine or cure. But first, let's get to a story that was forwarded to me. We have a CMS report showing that a TB-infected Providence memorial worker showed symptoms and coughed up blood in a July health screening. And yet, he was allowed to return to work in a nursery with newborn babies until August 15th. Now, let's head on over to CDC, where we see that this EV68 from September 30th, or from mid-August to September 30th, 41 states and District of Columbia have now lab-confirmed cases, and they're stating outright, again, in the upcoming weeks, more states will have confirmed cases of EVD68, which enterovirus 68, EV68, it's called, all three of them, they're the same thing. Now, they're calling it a non-polio enterovirus. But in Colorado, they're now investigating cases of it that are causing paralysis. So we'll get back to that now. We also have a report from CNN. The first child has died with enterovirus. But that's not all. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes, okay? We have our first CDC confirmed patient in Dallas that has Ebola. Ebola, the outbreak that's completely out of control, the worst in history in West Africa, is now in the U.S. Not only have they brought patients over, doctors that were caring for people in West Africa, but now we have a patient who they're giving very few details on that has the Ebola virus. And the new news, that was yesterday, and today, second person is being monitored for Ebola in the U.S. Now, why would I think all of this is by design, not just a coincidence that all these things that have no cure, that have no vaccines, are all of a sudden hitting us all at once? Well, the CDC had been warning funeral homes to prepare for Ebola victims. Now that's September 30th, so you'd say, okay, they had the news first. Well, let's take a look at this story. It was written by my partner, Stefan, aka Live Free or Die, September 12th. This was written on September 12th, 2014. Not only did they know, they were actively preparing because the State Department ordered 160 Ebola hazmat suits. These were hazmat suits created by Lakeland Industries, specifically made for the Ebola virus. Now, he asked in that one, what do they know that we don't know? Very good question. What did they know back then about what's happening now? We have all these infectious diseases in the U.S., no vaccines, no cures, and they're all hitting at the same time. We have children in 41 states from one coast to the other. We have a somebody with TB just put back in with newborn babies, and they're just blaming the hospital's governing board. And we have Ebola here now. So you decide, do you think all of this is just a coincidence, or are they trying to kill us?